is going on, my YouTube friends, my Patreon friends? How we all doing today? What's happening, man? We're jumping into something brand new for me. This isn't even an artist I've heard of my own, I don't think. Jon Bellion, Guillotine featuring Travis Mendes. So I've got the official video, and then I've got the making of, or the behind the scenes of next. And this one is compliments of my friend Doug on the Patreon, and I appreciate the support. I appreciate the nudge, my friend. It's chaotic. If anyone knows how to organize this kind of thing, please reach out. Please reach out. But my friends, it's freezing cold outside. It's minus 42. I've got my tea. Hope y'all are doing well. And I'm not going to talk about the normal stuff, but I am going to pass you over to a quick word from the sponsor, and then we're going to get onto the video. This video is brought to you by DIYOJ Custom Jerseys and Hoodies. You can check them out in the link in my description box. They make custom, printed on demand, the way that you want it, the size that you want, the colors that you want, the number you want. You can get the BEL team, you can get whatever team you want. Check them out. They got hoodies, they got all kinds of colors. That's what I was most excited about. For those of y'all that have been following my story for a long time, I have played all kinds of sports growing up, and I've worn so many jerseys, I don't even know where to begin with them. And there's a couple things that I look for that I was really excited about. One of them is how the actual jersey fits and how it actually is shaped. I like how this one sits. It's comfy. I can wear a shirt underneath it. I don't have to wear a shirt underneath it. It's not itchy. It doesn't scratch. It doesn't bother me or anything. Another one is the actual labeling has stitching on it as well. So I used to have issues where any of the print on or any of the tag on stuff, my name, my numbers would peel after getting washed so many times, and I don't think that's gonna happen in this one. I love the colors, the rich, vibrant colors. It's been fantastic. My friends, check them out at DIYOJ.com, and you can get a 10% discount by using the discount code in the description box. My friends, let's get back to the video. All right, my friend Doug, let's get into this. Let's watch this. Let me pull this up and let's do this. Cool.
Sleep on me. Feel the rhythm in my chest, just breathe. I will stay, so the lantern in your heart won't fade. The secrets you tell me, I'll take to my grave. There's bones in my closet, but you hang stuff anyway. And if you have nightmares, we'll dance on the bed.
Okay. I was not expecting 80% of what's going on here. I gotta back this up. It sounds like they have. I want to listen to his vocal again.
Sleep on me. Feel the rhythm in my chest, just breathe.
So in this part, I think they're using a doubler, and the doubler could have a few things going on. One could be what's called preamp gain or preamp noise, and it just creates like saturation. It almost sounds like, bear with me on this, it almost sounds like the tonal qualities you get out of like auto-tune, where it's not synthetic, it's not distorted, but it's something between. It's something between those two. And you can do things like you can take a preamp, so the microphone goes down this mic cord into a preamp. You can turn that up until it starts clipping, and then now you start getting the tone of, it's like a guitar amp clipping, like the tubes are breaking up, everything's starting to like distort just a little bit in the preamp chain and the microphone chain. And it could be a little bit of that, or it could be a doubled vocal that does have like an auto tune or like some kind of like a melodyne, something really thick on it, just to add like weight. But I think it's a double because it sounds like really, really wide, but it still sounds like it's middle, like front and center. And then it seems like the beat takes the production, and it almost sounds like he's just talking into just like a dry microphone. And it sounds like he's right there in the room with you, doesn't it? Like, what a contrast. I gotta back this up.
Feel the rhythm in my chest, just breathe.
So there's a delay on there. You hear the revolving. It probably just caught like when he said chest or just breathe or whatever syllable it caught, it does the delay, right? But then it still has a saturation to it.
Feel the rhythm in my chest, just breathe. I will stay, so the lantern in your heart won't fade.
See, now that vocal is like almost dry, but then like the backing vocals, how far y'all want to get into this? When you have something that's doubled up, it can have kind of like a coupling effect, and it'll kind of give you like a wobble. But then you can also use an effect called like a chorus, where you can pick how much wobble you want, or like a phaser where you can pick like how far left and right you actually want it to go in and like what kind of waves and things. So I think it's a variation of one of those two that's giving that vocal a little more space, but it sounds like his lead vocal, the do do do, is almost like dry. It almost sounds dry, and I think it's really neat the contrast in that.
The secrets you tell me, I'll take.
Let's go look back.
They will stay. So the lantern in my chest just breathe. I will stay. So the lantern in your heart won't fade. The secrets you tell me, I'll take to my grave. There's bones in my closet, but you hang stuff anyway. And if you have nightmares, we'll dance on the bed. I know that you love me, even when I lose my head. Guillotine. Guillotine. Even when I lose my head. Guillotine. Guillotine. Even when I lose my head.
You know what, man? Like he's singing, and like when he goes up for that top register, even when I lose my head, whatever the pitches were, I like that timbre of his voice too. But I dig this low timbre. I dig this low, gentle timbre. And I might be, someone called me biased in another video. I might be a little biased because I'm kind of, bear with me on this one too. I'm kind of tired of a lot of male vocalists. It takes kind of like a special kind of vocal to kind of stand out. And I really enjoy this. It's like smooth and not over the top, but like buttery, but like it's got these like unique characteristics to it and that's why I think they're doing the saturation thing, because he's got kind of this kind of like grit that's like almost in his voice, but it's not really present. It's like harmonics and like overtones almost. We're only a minute in and I've been rambling this much. This production is really cool, man. I think they're doing a really cool job with how they're presenting his voice and everything.
Kiss my lips, feel the rhythm of your heart and hips. I will pray, so the castle that we built won't cave. The secrets you tell me, I'll take to my grave. There's bones in my closet, but you hang stuff anyway.
It's an interesting line, but I got bones in my closet, but you hang stuff anyway. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. This is like pre-chorus too, right? So it was a verse, pre-chorus, chorus, half verse, pre-chorus.
The secrets you tell me, I'll take to my grave. There's bones in my closet, but you hang stuff anyway. And if you have nightmares, we'll dance on the bed. I know that you love me, even when I lose my head. Guillotine.
I like the drop out of like the beat and how it like builds back up here for like the chorus. I hope I'm kind of getting that right. That's how I'm kind of like interpreting it. But it's just like it's different. It's just different. It's unique. And it kind of like it's keeping my attention because I'm expecting this drop, and then all of a sudden it's like just kick drum in his voice, and it's like these little things like that. They keep my attention on the video, right?
And if you have nightmares, we'll dance on the bed. I know that you love me, even when I lose my head. Guillotine. Guillotine. Even when I lose my head. Guillotine.
Vocals sound great.
Even when I lose my head.
You fill me up, you fill me up, you set my soul ablaze. You fill me up, you fill me up, your love is so amazing. You fill me up, you fill me up, you set my soul ablaze. You fill me up, even when I lose my way.
Cool, man. That whole section was really cool. That whole section was really cool. I was getting lost in how the instrumentals are interacting with each other, and I don't need to go into how all that stuff could happen because it's all kind of preferential and automation. But it sounded like the acoustic guitar. If you can hear the acoustic guitar, it's not making a bunch of noise, but it's keeping like it's filling the room for weight. So it's filling out like from like 400 to like maybe 800, 1K. It's like all that like mid range that you kind of want to leave alone because you have like a vocal there. So an acoustic guitar pairing, we all know that sounds good. It goes well together, right? But it gives like gives structure, gives like a new structure. It'd be like adding like a shaker, like a tambourine for the second chorus or whatever, right? But the acoustic guitar had this like low note, like say it was a low G or something, and then the 808 fall off started there too. So like their capacity of incorporating acoustic instruments and synthetic instruments, I think, is really appealing. I think they're doing a really good job of that. And that kind of lends to the vocal processing thing I was talking about at the beginning. Because if it was like a synth, like a vocoder, or even like a auto tune or like some sort of an effect put on there for the saturation, like that makes sense. It's like now you have synthetic and real, just the same as you have an acoustic and an 808, right? Right?
You fill me up, your love is so amazing. You fill me up, you fill me up, you set my soul ablaze. You fill me up, even when I lose my way.
Guillotine, whoo, that's high. Come on, man. See how like most of that is pick noise, right? Like bump ba dun dun ba dun, like all that stuff is just like for keeping time and adds elements. It adds a lot of percussive stuff that might not stand out of the gates, but if it wasn't there, you sure notice it. You sure notice it. So they're obviously doing like pitch shifting and all kinds of synthetic stuff, man. Like that is so cool. That is so cool. That was like a bend down, and it sounded like it might have even been like vocoded, where they changed the progression to be on a keyboard. So you have like just like tight or different kinds of bends, I guess, more like electronic bends. It could have been a bunch of things, man. This is really neat. This is really neat.
You fill me up, you fill me up, you set my soul ablaze. You fill me up, you fill me up, your love is so amazing. You fill me up, you fill me up, you set my soul ablaze. You fill me up, even when I lose my head.
Cool, man. Very cool. I'm very, very interested in the behind the scenes. I forgot we were doing that until like basically at the end, and I realized I've been probably talking out my ass this whole time. So let's watch this.
But I want to use kind of like disco-y, really rich, like 70s live-y drum.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Lots of like lows. So he's playing, it's either a keyboard or you see him sometimes they're like 3x3 or 4x4 pads, and you can program. So basically what happens is you program this drum head or this keyboard to run your software in your MacBook, your laptop, your computer, whatever. And now the pad or the piano keys become your cursor, your mouse. So you have pre-programmed sounds that you like, almost like shortcutted to the pad. And now when you play it, it's the kick drum sample. So you can use that, route it as an instrument. But it's basically like using your mouse and clicking on things. Just you can do like a bunch at a time. You can do rhythms and stuff, right? Does that? I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm kind of making that a little clear. They're really neat, man. I got to get one so I can play with it. So I can play with it while we're doing this.
You're in I want to be in between the pockets to get it really moving before he lays the bass in.
Right.
He wants the two to work together.
Yo, yo, yo. What's up, man? How are you? Yeah, good to see you, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boy.
Nice jacket.
Ready? How you doing, man?
So what you'll see is like all these shutters and stuff, they move these. This is just to distract sound. Like you just need stuff. You just need stuff. And all that just reflects sound and it just eats it up so that you're not hearing like a secondary sound come off a wall from your speaker. And you're like, what's that delay or what's that phasing issue we have? But no, it's like the wall coming at you. You want it to hit and either get like eaten up and like into foam or like stuff that like it falls behind false walls and stuff, or you want it to be dispersed into different angles where it doesn't come back as like just a straight sound. You want it to dissipate, right? So that's what like all this stuff is in here, and it looks really cool, doesn't it? All this processing aside, but like all this stuff up here, all that looks great.
The drums, it should have been labeled like 70s disco drums. Yeah. Did you guys get them last night? Yeah, I got them. Okay, cool.
So he was saying the sample was called, so that's probably the sample pack. So he's gonna load that in, and now he's got an Akai. This is an Akai like drum pad. It's 4x4. So like I said, like just each of these each of these pads is just like a shortcut to a sound on the keyboard, right? So that's what's going on there.
Yeah, the MIDI mapping should be
MIDI, yeah.
Let's get those all loaded up. Okay, cool.
Oh, bro, this is a nice studio. You can see the passion, eh?
No top line guitars or anything over it. Really, the focal point of the whole rhythm of the chorus would be Mark's bass line. Yeah, I gotta give him a call. Just have him swimming through that. It's just disgusting.
When you find the sound you like the drum tone or whatever, like it's just magical.
Yo.
Yo, I got some drums that are gonna offend you.
Okay.
Sounds like me.
I need a jamming bass line, and I need you here soon, or my life can't be complete. I need your funk. I need your mega righteousness right now. Can you come through within the next like 45?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. All right, I'll see you in a little bit.
Oh, see you, man.
Peace. I'm at a point in my career where I need collaboration to like keep me moving. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The first 3 albums, I'm all alone. You know, and every time I might be standing over the record, being like, "Oh, it has to be this way, it has to be that way." But sometimes, even with Mark, it's like, you know what? You do a bass line that you think will be dope. Here's the parameters. I need it to swim. You need that classic knock that I need. It needs to move in an organic way. But like, maybe I'm just gonna try to fit to what you do, because I'll think of something different.
Yeah, you want a human touch from your band members, quote unquote, right? And sometimes you get too close to a project, man. Like even just getting those drums right from time to time, and then all of a sudden you're like, man, I really like that. Let's do a little more of it. And then it's like, oh, now that's too much. You need like another opinion. It's good. It's good. I promise I'm not too distracted by all the pretty equipment on the wall because it's beautiful. It is beautiful. I'll show you some shit that I'm messing with after, but. Beautiful studio.
I have some drums. So I was messing around with like some chord progressions and some topics. I wrote a little something, whatever on the piano. Had like melody ideas, this, that, and the third. Nothing's concrete, but first I want to attack this drum section. We're gonna have to find a way to kind of meld the two worlds. There's a really pretty progression that we have within these drums. Trying to be drum and bass lines, so we have to figure out a way when we're going to bring it in and we're going to take it out. But just the drums for now, just do you. Two bar, solid, disgusting to the level. Just really, really, really far in there, kick and snare conversated.
So he just wants 2 bars, and then they're just going to use that in copy paste. They're going to use that like a round for like a beat, right?
Bass line. But you, whatever you.
See, sure, like it doesn't seem like much, but when it's locking in with your idea, your vision for your plan, it's like, I don't know how to describe that. You can see it. You can see it in his excitement, right? It's like it's 2 bars, but like it's perfect. It's perfect. It's disgusting. What do we got here? Manly? Cool. This is a patch bass. So that's just like you can, if you need like a speaker, you can pick which speaker you want, but it's in a room. It's in an isolated room, so you don't actually hear the bass amp. But you can pick if you want the Ampeg, the GK. You can pick the old, I don't know, Fender, whatever you want. And then so then you just go over to the patch bay and you go, okay, so I have this head, and then it's going to go into this cabinet, and then all the speaker cables run out. And there's all kinds of different ways you can do them, but that's like one of them. That way you don't have a whole bunch of running around. It's all kind of like pre-done, right? So that's, they're just plugging the bass player into a Manley, which is fantastic. Well, this stuff is so pretty. That was a distressor, ELA distressor. This is the patch bass, sorry. These are distressors right here. This is like, I have one sitting in the store for me, but I can't afford it right now. Can't afford it right now. He's in a DVX compressor, okay.
Oh my god.
Bass player's hilarious.
Give me the drums, give me the drums. Keep playing. The groove is so dope that I almost wouldn't even want to distract it with words. I'm like, even in the chorus, vibes.
Interesting. Oh man, so he fell that and far in love with this rhythm and this groove, eh? Huh. Cool, man. Cool.
We were writing it, when I was writing it yesterday, I'm getting to a punchline, and if the punchline can get to it before the hook actually drops, let the hook be some scatting. Let the hook just vibe off of what you were doing.
Oh.
Before the hook actually drops, let the hook be some scatting. Let the hook just vibe off of what
This is the hook. Literally just scatting.
Lay that down. See this?
Lay it down and just
Problem
record
that
it.
man? An absolute problem.
Call the right guy, bro.
That is Mark Williams.
Can you give me just like loop it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he just wants the 2 bars to just keep playing, and then he can keep playing too, and it'll just record 2 bars at a time. You can pick your favorite one. Like if you did it 30 times, if you did it twice, if you did it 4 times, doesn't matter. You can pick which one you want. The drum's just gonna keep playing that 2 bars. It's not gonna keep a progression going. It's gonna keep repeating the same 2 bars and going back to the beginning seamlessly. So it's just like slight differences, slight different. You hear the metronome too? He's not kidding, man. That's nasty. That's nasty. So he added like an 808 drum beat or like a kick at least on top of it just to fill it out. You see that lots. Like I fell deep into Chromeo in my own time a few years ago, and they'll have like a rock drum kit and like a total dance drum kit side by side. So this is like a disco or like a R&B drum kit right next to like a dance kind of beat. I guess like he's totally correct, man. This is funky.
Guys,
This is nasty.
The joint off the game plan.
Yeah.
That envelope, that same release, that same feel, which is
Okay.
low and high octaves, make it
Right.
full, and sparsely, sort of on the one, and then the rest just juxtaposing the bass line. Blunt, blunt.
Well, those things fade in.
Yeah. And fall in between and pick and choose your spots, though.
Trying to build a pocket here. It's almost just a feeling.
I'm thinking, how can we preserve the prettiness you came up with on the guitar? Stay there the whole time.
They're like walking tents almost. What's he playing here? chance.
We're rolling right now? Okay.
He's got my mic too. He's singing into I'm pretty sure it's a U47 Telefunken. This stand here is probably worth like $300. I'm assuming that they're gonna have this on the dynamic polar pattern, the cardioid polar pattern, because you don't want to pick up the whole room, right? So it'll do figure 8, it'll do the whole thing, or it'll just do right in front of it, kind of like this microphone. Like you can't really hear this stuff. Can't really hear me tapping the table and stuff over here, right? It's just like right in front of it. And you don't really want that because like the piano's probably going to be recorded separately, et cetera, right? You just want his voice. So this is probably going to be really cool.
Yeah. We're rolling right now? Okay. Because that first melody is crazy against the... Let's see.
Sleep on me. Feel the something in my heart just breathe.
That's...
Sleep on me. Feel the rhythm in my chest just breathe.
That's the pattern. That's gotta be the pattern.
I will stay. So the something rhymes with stay.
Then go into that pre.
Because you tell me I'll take to my something. There's bones in my something. There's bones in my closet. There's bones in my closet. Bones in my grave. Bones in they. Let them don't let they.
He's just figuring it out on the spot.
Dun 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 da da dun.
Yeah, that's such a nice melody.
It is a nice melody.
There's bones in my closet, but you end up anyway. There's bones in my closet, but you hang stuff anyway.
Ah, man, this is so neat. My God, I hope I have breakthroughs like this one day. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. Oh man. Jay-Z will do this kind of shit too.
What are the chances that we could get 2 violinists and a cellist within maybe like half hour, 45 minutes?
Wow. I could try to make it happen.
And this man is playing for Billy Joel and killing shows and doing things.
But I can get
Anything is
some violin
possible. Anything is possible.
Drums?
I've just been calling like copious amounts of players.
Oh, the violins, I forgot. So they'll want these instruments in a bigger room so you get a little bit more of the breathing. Because like, when's the last time you put your head this close to a violin? I'd sit here and wait, but it's a YouTube video. It's not what we're accustomed to violin sounding like. You need some room, you need some space, you need some air between you and when you're hearing it, right? So, or what you're hearing it from, the origin, right? So that's why they're moving into a bigger room now.
Like, just because, you know, it's a blessing to be in a position to be able to jam with people. So every time I'm finishing lyrics, my new litmus test is if I can
Neumann 102,
while jamming with just a group of
SM7B.
musicians, the song still sounds good.
This is an Avion in-ear rig.
Sonic production grandeur. You know, all that stuff is great, but when you get to the meat, but
Talking over him.
keys while jamming with just a group of musicians, and the song still sounds good, minus the sonic production grandeur. You know, all
So he's just saying he likes the feeling of like musicians getting together. He's like mixing all the production, all the extra stuff, all that flashy stuff aside. I just wanted to feel good when musicians are playing it, right? I dig that. I dig that.
But when you get to the meat and potatoes of the song, if it still sounds great, it's just crazy to think, like, if you would have told me 2 years ago, I'd be like, I need 3 string players. I want to play with them to make sure that these lyrics are good. Like, to have that at my disposal is like, it's just such a blessing. So yeah,
That's so cool.
when they come in, we'll see how these lyrics bounce off in an actual jam setting with actual musicians being actually played. Like,
They're just gonna figure it out as they
it's
go.
just dope. I'm so happy that I was able to do this for the whole album.
So they're doing. I can't remember what that pairing's called, but they have 2 of those microphones, basically capsule to capsule, so you get the same. You need the sound waves to hit the microphone at the same time, otherwise you get phasing issues. You get where like they clash and you start losing frequencies, right? So that was a $6,000 rack, or if not a $30,000 rack, just in 2 microphones. So yeah, this is gonna pick up the room sound. It's probably on like figure 8 or the full room on each of them. So that's 2 or 4 channels right there. We've got probably for someone like a cello right here. This is a TLM 102. This is a dynamic Neumann microphone or a cardioid pickup microphone. It's just going to pick up just on the front again. And then these are called pencil condensers. These are Neumann. Can't remember what these ones are called. Probably a stereo pair, so they come out of the same pieces of copper, same pieces of metal, basically identical, as close as you can get to being identical. And they're just going to pick up like the bright and the definition out of the strings when you're playing them from here up, right? So this is a nice pairing, man. This is an expensive pairing. This is a really nice studio. Busy falling in love with this music.
Hello. How's it going, guys? John.
Hi.
Yeah, good. All right. Alex, great to meet you.
So those Avion systems I was saying before, these white things, these are just personal monitoring. So you basically get, I think these are buses. So this could be like the whole drum pattern. This could be like the whole bass pattern. This could be like all the keys. I don't know. Maybe it's your stuff. Maybe this is all the strings, and maybe this is all the vocals. And you can pick how much of each you want in your headphones, so you know what's going on, right?
You got it. So I figured I can maybe show you guys the progression.
Very nice to meet all of you. Thank you for coming in. So the part, as you see, is kind of just like suspended on every chord, just really trying to create some tension building into the end of that like section there. So like we just want to make sure that we really create that tension with the dynamics and like swelling on those like suspended notes, like leading into that final chord swell for that last moment of closure. But yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Can I get cello first? Okay, awesome.
This is just level checking. This is called gain staging. So they're just seeing how much actual audio comes into the microphone, and then you can preset it on your console so you don't have any distortion. You're actually recording, you're actually getting like some levels, right? And then that way everyone, back to the monitoring system, now I can hear the cello too, right?
Okay, awesome. Can I get all 3 strings together?
Beautiful, isn't it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As we lay on some bed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, awesome. So if you guys look at your boxes, you can control the volume of everything. It's all labeled.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4. If anything, keep in mind the entire time we want to stay as low as possible, as soft as possible, so then that ending crescendo, in the end of that section, we can really just, we can climax to the best of our abilities. So you should stay there the whole time.
This is an XY pattern, sorry my friend. So those microphones are, one's going this way, one's going this way, and I think they're Neumann U87s actually. So my bad, I just want to correct myself on that.
Right when that measure wraps up, you really want to give it a real swell. Cool. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sleep on me and feel the rhythm in my chest. Just breathe, and I will stay. So the lantern in your heart won't fade. The secrets you tell me, I'll take to my grave. There's bones in my closet, but you hang stuff anyway. And if you have nightmares, we'll dance on the bed. I know that you'll love me, even when I lose my head. Guillotine. Bum ba dum bum bum. Guillotine. Bum da dum. Dum dum dum. Bum ba dum bum bum. Even when I lose my head. Guillotine. Yeah yeah. Oh.
just beautiful, my friends. This is just beautiful, isn't it? Doesn't it just sound stunning? Like you said, like if the music's beautiful, then it's gonna be cool no matter what, right? Like, oh, it's like heavy, man. It's like weighing on me in like a good way. I don't want it to sound like a bad way, but it's just like it's really, really neat, man. Shout out to this bass player, guitar player, man, because Buddy's killing it. Buddy's killing it.
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-da. Oh, no.
It's like in the headphones, like just the raw, like untreated tone from the cello sounds so incredible.
Cellos are magical instruments.
Come out amazing. We're gonna send it to you guys when we have a rough mix. We're gonna dive into the mix. Great.
It's got to be a hard job, man. Being a studio musician, just pulling up and being ready for the gig is just, or like whatever gets thrown at you in that moment is wild. Wild.
I'm thinking from bridge out, Trav's vocal and Trav's vocal feel, really just carrying out the rest of the record. Just really like an organic, soulful tip to just drive the funk home, drive the point home of what's going on.
Yeah.
Hey!
What up?
We're talking almost like dark, sweet love song.
Okay.
Guillotine.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The secrets you tell me I'll take to my grave. There's bones in my closet, but you hang stuff anyway. If you have nightmares, we'll dance on the bed. Know that you love me even when I lose my head. Guillotine.
Okay.
Sweet,
Okay.
Tim Burton-esque.
Like
situation.
Halloween type.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like hood Halloween kind of stuff. Always trying to do something different, man. I get I got to do a lot.
Cool.
Yeah.
Get the drums in there while he's going with that. Get the drums in right there. Keep the loop going. Against that drum pattern.
What I'm doing right now is putting the session together for Guillotine within Ableton because we have recorded in different studios, have written, produced in different programs. For example, John came up with a beat in Logic, but we came
Recording
in,
software.
together. In our process with working with him has kind of ended up as a Ableton intensive project where most of the songs are dumped on here. It doesn't matter if they come from Pro Tools or Logic or if they're recorded live or even started on here. It's kind of become that process of collaboration where he'll like delegate certain aspects of the production or certain aspects of mix or recording because we have kind of like different battle stations. He might be off in another room writing something while I'm cleaning something up or sound designing or mixing or just kind of coming up
Good
with
relationship.
ideas for certain parts.
Tough thing is, man, is like it doesn't matter who you are. Nobody's gonna believe in your dream as much as you do. So like if you're on board as a team member, then like that's best case scenario, right? There's roads in there. So cool, man. Oh man, I could have listened to that too for like an hour. Come on, man. That was so cool. I appreciated the hell out of that. Man. This was a long video. I'm not going to keep y'all here any longer. My friends, check out the link in the description box. Send me another one of these. My friend, Jon Bellion. Very cool. I just want to go record something now. Come on, my friends. It's been 40 minutes. I'll see everyone again soon.